Hi, I'm Neil Cowie. I'm an English as a foreign language teacher at Okayama University in Japan. And in this video, I'll briefly describe the effects of the COVID-19 pandemic on Model United Nations preparation and events in 2020 and 2021 at Okayama University. The Model UN is a large-scale simulated role-play by students who try to copy the real United Nations in New York. Students each represent one country, which is not usually their own, and they meet at face-to-face events to try to develop policies to solve real-world problems. These events are held all over the world, but as I'm based in Japan, I've mainly been to Japan-based MUNs. But in the 2 years prior to the pandemic, I went with students to New York and to Germany. This photo shows Frank Walter Steinmeier, who is the President of Germany, visiting a Model United Nations when we were there. At Model United Nations events, there are large formal meetings with speeches and voting on resolutions. There are also smaller informal meetings where students gather to discuss and negotiate their plans on behalf of their country. Preparation in the classroom, therefore, revolves around activities practicing these different groupings. Students often switch groups and discuss with different sets of classmates. In addition to this face-to-face interaction, students must write collaborative action plans, and Google Docs is ideal and has been long used for this purpose. What effect did the pandemic have on these teaching and learning arrangements? Well, there were a number of changes. The classroom initially became hybrid, with some students at university and some at home. Some were in other countries as they were stranded abroad. In my university, I worked with the online students whilst my colleague taught face-to-face. Later, as the situation became more strict, the class became online for all. Interestingly, it became possible to combine these online lessons with initially one other university and later with another 5. The move to online meant that new networking opportunities arose, and both teachers and students could study across universities. Secondly, MUN events themselves went online. In 2020, what used to be a 3-day event over a long weekend became a several-week affair, with students meeting on Zoom once a week for negotiation and using Flipgrid to make formal speeches. There was no change in the writing process as Google Docs continued to be used. In 2021, the events became much shorter and more intensive, as the long version proved to be too complex and arduous to be sustainable. At the end of 2021, face-to-face events are returning for the Model United Nations, but online preparation has proved to be a great way for students from different institutions to help each other prepare for these challenging events. That will definitely be continued.